Yeah, what's up? I'm Dan Lacey. Jeff Z was kind enough to ask me to do a ProQ&A for Ride BMX. So I'm going to sit down with Bruno and answer a few of your questions that I guess he's picked out for me to go through. Some are good, some are stupid, some are funny. Some of them are going to provoke a reaction that's going to piss a few people off, but I imagine that's kind of what you were aiming to get, really. So
Garrett wants to know, what is the biggest order you've placed at In-N-Out Burger?
biggest order, it was 3 double doubles, animal fries, and a vanilla milkshake.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest order I've made, and I've actually eaten. I think I've ordered more and not eaten it, but that don't count.
Next question. Ethan Corey, how do you feel about pickup bar spins?
There's a time and a place, like in a skate park when no one's watching.
Cool. Corey Martinez, what's a bell end?
It's the end of your knob. Oh, God.
Good question. Dan Paley wants to know how long you and Ryan Taylor have been friends for. Interesting one.
God. I can sense the irony and the sarcasm that I've detected in Paley's question. I've never been friends with him. I won't ever be friends with him. I wouldn't ever associate with someone that actively goes around shamefully clickbaiting people by ruining other people's days, going into like business establishments and fucking wreaking havoc with his little dickhead mates, and then fighting security guards and then hurling abuse at them like he's better than them. Yes, kid's an arsehole. He needs a fucking reality check, dude. Figure your shit out. Like, you make money, good for you. Like, but that doesn't give you the right to run around thinking everyone's less than you, bruv. Just fucking think about your shit before you go fucking running your mouth and start like blasting through doors of places to try and get more views on your stupid little videos. Grow up.
Butcher wants to know, how do you feel about high tops, tall ledge nibblers making a career out of riding flat ground and flat edges?
What was the question?
I just read up. Being that you're one of the few that tries big things like a pro, how do you feel about high tops, tall ledge nibblers making a career of that shit?
That's a good question from a good good dude actually. I don't know. It's weird to see. I don't know. I just look at riding in a different way. Like, obviously the way Butcher looks at riding in a completely different way to a lot of kids, like, you know, swaying towards the technical side and sticking to flat ledges and stuff. And fair enough, do you, dude? But I'm not gonna watch it. It's fine. It's just very, you know, it's very repetitive and very, okay, you can do 100 tricks on a flat ledge and it's cool and that gets you, you know, whatever, and it's fine. But I can't get enjoyment out of that in riding. I can for a very short amount of time, but then I feel like I need to actually go out and get something done, you know, especially when you got something to look back at a video part and you're like, oh fuck, I actually went in for that, not, oh, okay, I did something on a flat ledge that you could technically find a flat ledge fucking anywhere and do a trick anywhere. It's like, it's about finding the right setup, and I feel like Butcher was one that, like, he's one of those riders that found setups and just fucking destroyed it, and like best use of the spot sort of thing, rather than it just being a flat edge nibbler. But yeah, shout out to Butcher. Good question, dude.
Homie Z wants to know, why do you dislike onions so much?
I didn't dislike onions so much. It was more, I don't eat them because, I don't know, it's texture, whatever. I don't care for them, like, at all. But then I think Rich Fawn has concreted my dislike for them. But, like, you know, we're all friends. We're staying in close quarters. We're on trips, and, you know, the apartments we're staying in are small, and there's fucking it's an open plan. Get the fuck out with your onions, you prick! Oh, you dickhead. Knobhead. You're a cretin. Dickhead. But yeah, I don't know, you just, like, literally, 8 o'clock in the no, not even 8. I won't even fucking give him justice on that. 7 o'clock in the morning, he's frying an entire onion, just that. Like, but what are you fucking doing? It's like I'm just making breakfast. Like, what are you eating a plate of onion for breakfast? Like, there's no fucking need. So yeah, Dickie Wilson. It's his actual name. I swear to God. Look it up.
Official Dan then wants to know, why haven't you run a free coaster yet?
Everyone's run a free coaster. I ran one years ago, but I just feel like it wasn't really for me. It's, you know, it's fair play, everything like that, but yeah, I feel like Bruce Chrisman, you know, started and ended the free coaster game in my eyes, so I'm not gonna bother.
And Chris Noakes wants to know, wow, there's so many twats in BMX these days. Obviously, there's still tons of sick dudes, but since when did twattish attitudes and behavior become acceptable in our community?
That's a really good question. I don't know how to really answer that. I think it goes back to what I was saying about certain vloggers and stuff like that. Like, there's just this weird persona and attitude that they portray, and they do it. They're almost okay with being slated on and slandered in the comments and stuff, because you look at it and it's never, you know, 9 times out of 10 it's not positive, but they're still getting the views, and it just seems weird that people are just okay with being dickheads, and people even telling them you're a dickhead, but it doesn't resonate anymore. It doesn't really mean anything. They're not like, oh, maybe I should sort something out about that. They just continue down this weird self-destructive, I'm a complete twat path. And it's fine, because then they kind of whittle themselves away from everything, because it almost seems like a couple of them, I'll go back to Ryan from earlier, like, he's made himself irrelevant within BMX. Like, Rich, shut the fuck up. We're doing something, dude. Jesus. Come on. But yeah, like, oh, I completely forgot where I was. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, it goes back to that, where they're just completely okay with it, and it's almost though he's taken himself away from BMX almost, because like he's a YouTuber. Like, he's not a BMXer. No one bases his relevancy on his BMX. Like, it's him being a twat on YouTube. And like, it's almost like the generation that's coming through now that are watching this shit think it's funny almost, and they're like, kind of, I don't know, he must be like fucking completely insane. But people like that, they're just fucking, yeah, it's just very, like, it's just narcissistic, I think. Like, it's fucking weird. But yeah, I just think it's, yeah, they've got to just be just telling themselves it's okay, because it's not like no one's telling them. Then they're completely self-aware, but yeah, they're completely fine with it still. So yeah, it's not really a lot you can fucking do about it.
Rohan James wants to know, what do you think of Harry Main?
Who? What? I don't know what that is.
See what's going on here.
Right, what do I think of Harry Main? Like, for real though. I don't know. It's funny because I haven't watched any of his shit for ages, but I see bits of it pop up in a group chat, I mean, every now and then. And it's usually him just, I don't know, he's just talking shit about all this stuff that him and, you know, some bullshit company he's working with are doing, and all this, you know what I mean? You're not creating anything or doing anything within whatever. It's just fucking pipe down, dude. Stop running your mouth about everyone. Everyone's going to talk shit on you because you're a fucking idiot. Like, it's not because of anything you are or not doing. I don't know, just chill out, dude.
Jay Medina 86 wants to know, being an older, well-respected rider who has put in plenty of work for BMX, who motivates you from the newer generation? Do you see anyone that reminds you of a younger you?
Oh, really? No, I don't really. No, it's not like Hawk and D-Hart, where they had like the generation of style biters that you could quite clearly see that, oh yeah, this kid's like gonna be like that dude or whatever. Yeah, so I haven't seen anything like that. But I think younger generation, as far as that goes, it's not even really anyone that's mad young. Like little JC, James Cunningham, I love watching that kid ride. I don't know. I prefer seeing the OGs get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I way prefer seeing my homies like get shit done. Like, do you know what I mean? I was on a trip with Dak last week, and seeing him go in was like super motivating to see that shit. But yeah, I think just watching Can I Eat is like usually a big motivation for me. Or Wide Awake Nightmare. Those two videos, like, that's enough to get me going all the time. So yeah, try it.
Why is Adam LZ your favorite rider? Is asked by Waffle Nazi 6.9. Wants to know why LZ is your favorite rider.
One, you're an idiot. Two, he's not a BMXer. End.
Cool. Mason Cole King wants to know how do your ankles feel right now, and how do you 360 everything with a 47-inch wiener?
You could have skipped past that one. You didn't have to read that. That's so weird.
Dead weird.
Oh, they just have to like add something weird to it. It's just. Yeah, so you want to know about my ankles? I don't know. Be honest, they're fucked. I'm not even quite sure how they're still working, but yeah, just try to do a bit of physio, stretching and stuff like that. Doesn't seem to do a lot. So yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Yeah, just as long as you don't have to do it more than a couple of times, I think you're fine.
Cool. Aaron Swall from Holland wants to know, how long have you been consciously eating more healthy, like lemon ginger cayenne shots, and what are the difference you notice?
Aaron's wow. Yeah. Oh, little Aaron. I don't know. I've been trying to eat a bit more, more healthy and stuff like that, cutting certain things out of my diet. Yeah, and I have felt a difference for it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you feel way less fatigue if you're eating right through the day. You know, you're not overloading on shit and whatever else. Like, you're getting the right stuff your body needs. So yeah, you do feel a lot better for it. It's the same thing with JJ's Plants Basically thing. Like, he's sending me drops of that every now and then too. So that's like, that's all fucking nice to keep yourself going and stuff like that. Like, I'm getting old, dude. I gotta fucking try everything I can at the minute. Body feels like shit. So yeah, just trying to find a little bit, trying to find anything I can really to try and fucking, yeah, just keep myself going for a bit longer than.
Timothy Dallywag, biggest BMX influence, and what do you think about the state of BMX?
I think my biggest influence, growing up was Chris Doyle, like, for sure. So yeah, shout out Doyle. Glad you're doing good, boss man. Like, for real. But yeah, shout out to everyone that's helping out and doing everything they can for Chris. You're the man, dude. But yeah, he was definitely like my main influence growing up, and obviously still seeing stuff from him riding over the years as I was growing up, and still kills it now. So yeah, I think the single main one from when I was growing up was Doyle. But then obviously as my riding progressed into, what I wanted to ride, it was more like, Doyle was still there, but then like riders like Edwin and Tom White and, like street riders came into the mix, and it was like, holy shit, this is like insane. They just make everything look so good. So I was like, yeah.
How do you feel about the crank flip phase?
Couldn't give a shit about it. Phil DiMattia completed it. I'm not being funny, that he completed it years ago, and then now he's a fucking ironmonger or something. He's a welder, living the life. But yeah, I see Phil do double kick flips in and out of everything, fucking this way, that way. Yeah, I don't know. I think I was just desensitized to it after hanging out with Phil for a day.
Kay Burr wants to know if you ever been arrested or detained while street riding or trying to get a clip.
No, it's funny. I actually haven't. Touch woods. No, my like it fucking happened this week. But no, I actually haven't. I mean, you have shit from security guards trying to take your bike off you, just take it back off them. That's about as far as that's gone. But I bared witness to Dak getting incarcerated for riding, weren't even grinding, for riding along a bench when we were in Nashville once, and he said it was quite the ordeal. So yeah, I'd rather not have to deal with that, because obviously it's a ridiculous fucking premise, and I think Dak, he's a quite collected dude, and I think he understood that. I think I'd get really fucked off and say something, and they'd be held against me, or I don't know. But yeah, luckily I haven't had to deal with that shit yet.
What was your first bike? By Mark Rios 93.
My first actual bike was genuinely a Federal. Like, I saved up fucking ages, and then mum and my grandparents chucked in a little bit extra and helped me get fucking... I had a 20.75 red division. I think I was like... Dude, I must have been like well under 5 foot, and I had a 20... Dude, my bike was so big for me. But yeah, and then managed to get like a Primo Mose 4-piece bars on it for years. But yeah, Federal division. So yeah, it's always been that way.
Lawrence CJ212 wants to know, what's your favorite shoes to ride in?
Shima Pros. I think like Vans, Vans are always coming through with the fucking sick ones. Like, I used to run half cabs for years, but problem is my ankles are too there's so much scar tissue on them that they just bulk out on the sides. It feels weird, but I feel like I feel real comfortable in the Chimas and Era Pros. So yeah, like lower shoes these days seem to be working all right for me. Just every now and then I chuck a brace on if I need to, so it's not too bad. But yeah, Shima Pros. Definitely.
What kind of music do you listen to while riding?
It depends. Like, I got really weird. Like, if you look to my top 25 played, it'd be really, really weird. Like, it's not, it's very varied. Like, there's a lot of shit going on in there. But depends what I'm riding. Usually I listen to like Earth, Wind and Fire if I'm out cruising around, and such of the like George Benson, things like that. Kind of fun, happy shit. Who the fuck else? Yeah, just stuff kind of like that. It's weird to think of it off the top of your head. A lot of like old school hip hop, like 2001's, like usually an album on repeat. Listen to a lot of Eminem, funnily enough. But Iron Maiden as well. But yeah, it's a lot of weird shit.
M. Dilworth 114 wants to know, why only 3 pegs?
It's funny, I had this discussion with Dak the other day, and because I was riding on his bike, and even though he's got a shorter back end than mine, when I put on a 4th peg, because my foot sits predominantly on the ball of my foot on the pedal. It means my foot's a little bit further back than if it was on the arch, so my back of my shoe actually touches my peg. So it feels kind of weird, but I think that's the only reason. I just can't be fucked with it either, to be honest. Like, yeah, I feel quite content with the way my bike is. So yeah, 3 pegs is fine.
What was your biggest crash? Asked by Shazza.
I went in South Africa, filming for Above Below. My ender, I overcooked it and got slammed onto my shoulder, but I don't know, I think there was worse ones, I can't even think. Tenerife, crank snapped and went sliding along the floor on my face. That one sucked. Actually, no, there was one filming for Above Below. It's like the intro to the documentary. It's a weird one. I tried doing like a tooth pop over down a rail, like into an alleyway. It was like a building at the bottom on the right hand side. You had to pop over at the end. And there was like a weird bump at the top, and because I was going mad slow, as I hopped, my back wheel dropped. Peg hit the underside of the rail, just got sent fucking over the bars like head first. I landed like on my stomach, but it landed like on my arm, which basically stopped my fucking ribs from breaking. But like my body kind of went into shock, and my fucking lung basically just stopped working for a little bit. So yeah, I just kind of collapsed and had to get rushed to the hospital and shit. But I think that was the heaviest one. It was a weird car ride, I think. So I was fucking, I don't know. I can't even remember most of the fucking. I literally remember walking into the hospital, walking through the front door, and literally collapsed with Creasy and Rich with me, and they chucked me on the table and pumped me full of morphine, and then sent me off with like a few painkillers. 4 hours later or something. So yeah, luckily I kind of got away with that. So yeah, it was alright. But I think that was the worst one, as far as like, yeah.
Next question. John Woods wants to know, if you were going on an animal trip and could only bring the OG team, who would be your top 3?
Oh, that's a heavy one.
That's a good question.
That is a savage one. I don't think I could do 3. I think if I was to pick off the top of my head, it would be Belcher, Tom White, Edwin, and Hoda. And I think that would be Yeah. Oh, Rat Kid. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, I think that's, yeah. Yeah, I want to say that. Yeah, sorry if I didn't, yeah, but yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, Rat Kid, Tom, Ed, and Belcher. Sick. So that's 5.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's 5. It's got to be 5. I couldn't, yeah, I couldn't do 3, that'd be weird. But yeah, 5. Sick.
Lima wants to know if you can remember when you shaved your heads.
Oh my god, yeah, I do remember we shaved our heads. That was ridiculous. I remember the only reason I did it is because I was wasted and we were staying at the Shark Tank with Henan, Lima, Priesty, and Bruno. I mean, they had this crib before we kind of showed up, and like they let us stay there. And we got fucking wasted in Austin, and I think I was drunk as fuck, and I was convinced that Henan was, because Henan and Lima shaved their heads. I was convinced that they were going to do mine in my sleep. So I didn't want to give him the satisfaction of doing it. So I fucking did it myself while I was hammered. And I woke up the next day and I looked fucked. Like, I looked so weird. And then I just proceeded to get sunburnt in Austin for like 2 or 3 weeks after that with a bald head. It's fucking great. Cheers, Lima.
Yeah, Louis Stiff wants to know, why are your bars so weird?
They're not weird. They're handlebars. They're not 4-piece. They're not anything. They're just, it's a set of bars. Just because you run 10-inch to be fashionable, you fucking loser. Fuck off. Leave my bars alone, you knob. Run what I fucking like. If you don't like it, don't run it. If you want to run 10-inch bars, look like a knob just to be cool, go for it. I ain't got time for it. Go away.
Another good question of James or Noise. What's the process for preparing some of the moves? On the one hand, you've got huge freeze, and on the other, you do a lot of ledge stuff. That must require different approaches and mindsets.
I think with doing a lot of the bigger stuff, especially with threes and like things like that, it's kind of weird. Like, I've always had this thing where I have to, like, I'll know within the first 60 seconds of being at a spot if I know I'm going to do it or not. Like, because otherwise you kind of play on your mind and you start fucking with yourself over it. And, you know, you're either going to do it or you're not, and you need to figure that out. With the ledge stuff, it's repetition, it's continuous, it fucks me off. Like, I'd rather fix myself. I'm like, right, so basically I go on the third. Like, it's basically, I look at the spot, the first run up, I look at the spot, second, check the speed. The third, I go. If I don't go, I'm not going, that's it. So, like, I always think, like, I can't keep taking these run-ups and just looking at this spot, because you end up driving yourself fucking mad. Like, keep looking at this shit thinking, why the fuck aren't I going? Why don't I just do it? So yeah, first 2, 3, go. If you want to ride a ledge and do tech stuff, it's me doing it over and over again. It's trial and error. But then with the bigger stuff, I know it's not trial and error. It's like, right, I've got to fucking go. So it's not. So yeah, it is a completely different. It's a completely different mindset you got to be in. It's, you know, it's almost chill. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to film this line. I know it's difficult and it's going to be frustrating, but I know I'm not going to get fucked necessarily. But sometimes, yeah, there's other shit where you've literally just got to ride it out. Just got to fucking say, right, I'm doing this, and get it done. Go on 3. I hope, sincerely, I haven't directly offended anyone. Honestly, I don't. That's not why I was, doing this. Obviously, there's a lot of things that people are going to agree with. Some people are going to disagree. Obviously, I think more people are going to agree than disagree. But everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Please remember this. And this is purely my opinion. My opinion does not reflect those of the companies that I represent, or in any fashion whatsoever. But yes, I feel like these people have got this stupid fucking platform that they're able to continuously express themselves and express their opinions about what they do and what other people do and what they contribute. But yet no one else has had any reason. Because I'm not going to fucking vlog. I'm not going to sit in my house like a fucking nerd, pointing a camera at myself, telling the world what I think about stuff. No one gives a shit. Honestly, like, no one cares as much as you do. Always remember that. Remember that when you're pointing that camera at yourself, no one cares about what you're thinking as much as you do. Just remember that, please. So then now, I've had a platform to give my opinion, and so you can take it as you will. Be offended, don't be offended, enjoy it, don't enjoy it, agree, disagree. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks, Bruno. Thanks. And thanks to Bruno. Thanks to Bruno Hoffman, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate it.